You never see it come back. You say that my mind is too fast for a ride.
You know, I'm out of soda, so I carbonated this juice I have. I don't regret it in the slightest. What are you doing, Design? Nintendo is looking back to Let's Play Island of V8 again. It's a sweltering night. I'm lying, spreading on the bed with the windows wide open and a calm night breeze blowing in. My body just refuses to cool down after my bath. If anything, I'm only getting hotter. Ruffy naturally guided towards that place. The place where I first met her. No, that's not true. The past gets to the future, but the future gets to the past. Cause and effect are just evidence of both endings and new beginnings. I thought it was the first time we met, but that's not true. Ah! They start running. There's plenty of evidence. The way Renee starts acting different, exactly like her when she got drunk. The things Kuon said about her waiting for somebody, alone on the beach. The face of that young girl in the photo at the summer festival. The list of soup bites and pages in Ron's file. The DNA test results he gave me. And most importantly, you meet me again someday. I want you to fall in love with me again. I'm falling in love with her all over again. Renee! Just as on the white hand in her usual hat, that center of the Night Kingdom, at my call she turned around. Moonlight softly illuminates her windswept hair. You're finally here. The girl smiles. It's her usual smile, similar to she wore back in those days. Yeah, that's right. Is that the reason I continue my long journey? See this girl smile? What's wrong? You're out of breath. Well, I already made it long enough. I don't remember making a promise with you. But you were waiting, weren't you? Yeah. She's been waiting here on the small beach for a very long time. Just so she could see him once more. Let's go for our usual walk. But tonight will be the last time. Each one to find what we've been searching for and end our journey. It's a tranquil night. Listen to the gentle sound of the wave calms my heart and the soft ocean breeze cools the glow on my face. Thinking back, it's been a hectic journey. That's why it's best to end it on a quiet note. This is the most fitting ending. A quiet conversation on the beach on a calm, breezy night. I thought we were going to come anymore. Why? Let's just see how annoying I am. Annoying? Does she mean so afraid of soup by seeing that she doesn't dare go outside? You see, I think you're putting an end to this. Don't do it any longer. Okay, before we continue on, how are you going to end it? Because I have a number on speed dial if I need to use it. Finally, an option. This should lead us to the last of the endings I don't already have. Is she annoying? Does she have her reasons? Or what happens exactly? This is a tough call. A very tough call. For a pick. I figure out eventually, but I want to get it all right on the first go so I don't have to constantly reread text. Why she thinks she's annoying? What happened exactly? What happened to her exactly? I almost asked, but I saw my words. Last night, Cohen told me that Renee's past is more complicated than most people's. But it doesn't matter what kind of past she has. The only issue here is whether or not I can accept it. Hey, do you know when your earliest memories are from? Renee saw a small gas in her gaze. Then, so softly that the rustling of the waves almost drowns out, she says, 10 years ago. I see. That's what I figured.
上前の記憶がないの。
I don't remember, as you see.
学校に通っていたことも、友達と遊んだことも、お父さんのこともお母さんのことも何も。
I remember going to school or playing with friends. I don't remember what my father was like, or my mother.
気がついたらこの浜辺に寝転がって星空を見上げてた。
When I woke up, I was here, lying on the beach, looking up at the starry sky. When Kwan said that Renee was finding her on the beach, she wasn't talking about the time she'd been spirited away. She was referring to the time when Renee first washed up here, 10 years ago. Really? That would mean... But then the anime is... I'm confused, give me a minute. Because in the anime, it's not her, somebody else.
まるでその瞬間に生まれたみたいな気がした。
That's why I just been born that moment.
でも体が動かなくて声を出すこともできなくて
My body wouldn't move, and I couldn't even speak
息もできなくて
or breathe. I know exactly what she's talking about.
覚えてたのはリンネって名前だけ。
The name Renee was all I could remember. Obviously, I had a similar experience, but it happened to her 10 years ago, which means that at the time she would have been.
ほらちゃんと覚えておきなさいよ。
Okay, so when she first disappeared 10 years ago, she's 23, I think, or something around there. She was 13 years old. It was 10 years ago. But is that right? Oh, she's like 24 right now, I think. I know it's 10 years, but you have to count the days, and maybe she aged up. So she's 24. She was 10 years old. She'd been 14 years old, or 13 years old at that time. Then 10 years before that, 10 years before we showed up, 10 years before that, she'd been 4, disappeared for 10 years, and came back at 14, and then after that 10 years passed, she could be 24. But this game and things like that, so we're going to say 13 years old. She's 17 right now. Is she? But time stood still for her during the 5.5 years that she was missing. She's 17? I find that impossible to believe. I still say 24. Give or take. It's the same as when I went to Nicole sleeping or something. It's already in the future. To her, 10 years ago feels like a mere 4.5 years ago. That's why she must have been 13 when she first washed up on this beach.
だんだん星の数が減っていって、私はこのまま死んじゃうんだってぼんやり頭の片隅で考えてた。
Stars appeared from view, one by one. And somewhere in the back of my mind, I thought I was going to die.
いっぱいやりたいことがあったはずなのに、やらなくちゃいけないことがあったはずなのに、何にも思い出せなかった。
Must have been things that I wanted to do, things I needed to do, but I couldn't remember any of them. It was the same for me. All I was left with was a strong sense of duty, but I couldn't remember the crucial details of what I had to do.
でもね、最後の星が消えるその瞬間、男の子の顔が見えたの。
Then the moment the final star vanished, I saw a boy's face.
私より2つか3つくらい年上の男の子。何度も何度も私の名前を呼んで、必死にこの世界につなぎ止めようとしてくれた。
He was 2 or 3 years older than me. He called my name over and over, as if desperate to keep me in this world.
私はその男の子の顔に手を伸ばして何かを、多分名前を尋ねたんだと思う。
He started to touch his face, and I think I asked for his name. She asked for his name. But did she really? I try to recall what I said first when I woke up on this piece myself. What was the name of the one I was looking for? Right, it was Renee. In that case, the one you're truly looking for. The name you said first should have belonged to. This game has been played all the way blind, so it would have been Setsuna. Setsuna. Is that whose name she said? No, he's just a fictional character. That can't be right. The name you said first belonged to your Setsuna, right?
そしたらね、男の子はニコって笑ってこう答えたの。
え
刹那だって。
Which point to West gently and said his name was Setsuna. I think back to the list of soup bites in your patients that Urami showed me. Next to Ohara Norimasa's name, there was another name. Ohara Setsuna. Ohara? Right, the boy who introduced himself as Setsuna Renee was actually... Ohara found his son. This is more speculation on my end, but I can't think of anyone else who could have been. Ohara Setsuna, the boy who was born in this world as the Ohara family's eldest son. It wasn't just the Ohara bloodline that he inherited, he also inherited the gene causing Zubai syndrome. He was ostracized by society. The only place where he could play freely was the beach at night. On a certain night, a girl suddenly appeared calling his name. That moment ended up shaping both their destinies.
次に気がついたら、私は自分の部屋のベッドの上にいて、たくさんの知らない大人に囲まれてた。
Woke up again, I was lying on my own bed, in my own room, surrounded by strangers. The mayor told me I wasn't the first one to wash up on this island, and that the previous person brought them nothing but disaster.
大人たちは何もわからない私に優しく教えてくれた。
I had no idea what was going on, but the cow explained it to me.
嵐の夜に海に落ちたんだとか、3日間も行方不明になってたんだとか、いろいろ。
Said I'd fallen in the ocean during a heavy storm, that I'd been missing for 3 days.
でも、みんなどこか嘘をついてるみたいだった。
But I felt like they were lying. They must have had a secret agreement among themselves. They planned to turn this girl who washed up on the island into a successor for the O'Hara family, to maintain the balance between the two families. And so the girl became O'Hara Renee.
刹那の話をしても誰も信じてくれなかった。
That's what I said to her, none of them believed me.
そんな男の子はいないって。
So they'd never heard of a boy like that.
私は夜になると部屋を抜け出してこの場所に来て刹那を探したの。
After that decision, I went to look for Setsuna.
怖かったの。
I was so scared.
お父さんもお母さんも素顔を見せてくれなくて、本物の両親だなんてとても思えなくて。
Mom and Dad were barely around. It's hard to believe that they were my real parents. This is the reason why Uram was insistent to show Renee her DNA test results. The truth is,
ほら、ちゃんと覚えておきなさい。
this one didn't get even pay attention. She does not have Super Bite syndrome. That was on the DNA results. Everyone has parents. So she's not really the Haras. So who exactly is she then? That's the question I have. That might not have an answer, the kind of answer I'm looking for. Because it takes what I know from the anime and tells me that the anime in this game are two completely different entities, all of the exact same name with the exact same characters and the exact same type of plot and storylines. But then I'm gonna swap scores from the anime and decrease it from the 8 I gave to a 4 for not following the source material. But she's not related to the Haras. Super Sim is hereditary disease causing a mutation on the X chromosome. Ohara Norimasa had it. His X chromosome carried the mutation responsible for the disease. So if he had a daughter, it would have definitely been passed on to her. But Renee doesn't have Zupai syndrome, which means that she can't possibly be related to the Haras.
世界中が私に嘘をついてるみたいで、
But the whole world was lying to me.
私が信じられるのは刹那だけだった。
Just as one I could trust. The girl had wandered into an unfamiliar world hang lost all her memories. The way amazing complete secrecy and isolation, as if existence had to be erased from the world. It was natural for the two to gravitate towards each other. They need each other, after all. But their mutual dependence destroyed their relationship. They met by chance, led by a false sense of destiny, and I know the clues of their story. It ended up in tragedy because they allowed the supposed destiny to control them, and Renee was left alone in this world, waiting for the real Setsuna to return. All by herself on this beach of fleeting meetings. It's okay, Renee. I understand.
でも私
But I,
私には
but I
刹那がいたのに
already had Setsuna.
あなたと刹那は違うのに
You're different from him. Don't worry, it's fine this way. Hey, Renee, I told you, didn't I? That you'd one day be able to love again. And you simply believed what I said. You simply tried to fulfill your promise. It didn't have to be someone with the same name, you know. It could have been anyone as long as it made you happy. And yet, honestly, you're always so...
いいのあなたは本当にいいの
Is this okay? Are you okay with it? You've crossed 2 centuries leaving our meeting behind in the future, and yet...
こんな私でいいの
Am I ready to find the way I am? You're choosing me again? Yeah, you're the only one for me. 'Cause I'm Setsuna.
刹
Mei Setsuna existed throughout the ages. The one from the legend, the one from the Hara family, the one who lost his life as a member of the exploration team. But I'm one of them. I'm none of them. I'm me, the one and only. That's right, I'm Setsuna. I've crossed through time just to see you. It's been a long, long journey. It's been fun at times, but pretty rough overall. Always takes me too long to realize it's truly important, and I've missed so many chances that I had to catch you. But I won't let go of you anymore. I'll never let you go. Not until we meet our fate.
ねえあなたは昔の私のことを知ってるの
Hey, did you know me before at some point? Yeah, I knew you better than anyone in the world.
聞かせて昔の私とあなたはどんな関係だったの
Tell me what things like between us back then. They're different from the way things are now.
それずるい
That's not fair. Seems that I've got no choice but to tell her about our memories together. We often used to walk together searching for something, just like we are now.
この浜辺を
On this beach? No, in a perfectly white world, covered by a blanket of snow.
雪
Snow? The clear eyes of the sky stretched out endlessly above us, the sun shining brilliantly down upon us.
太陽
The sun? Together we walked to the ends of that world.
探し物は見つかったの
Did you find what I was looking for? Yeah, it turned out to be a lot closer than we thought. I didn't realize it at the time. Looking back was probably because I took it for granted. She was always at my side. She stuck with me through the worst of times, even when I lost sight of myself, turned rotten, and almost withered away. And that's why I was able to find what I've been looking for. And you know, the place we met.
その話はまたいつか聞かせて
Forgot that. Will you tell me that some other time? Aren't you curious?
そりゃ気にはなるけど
What kind of am, but
私とあなたの出会いはこの小さな浜辺今はそれでいいの
that would be that we first met here on this small beach.
その方がずっと運命的だもの
I mean, that makes me much more dreamy. You may be right. Eldest daughter of the Hara family, Renee, and her servant, Sazaka Setsuna. She's right, it's fine this way, for now. A bright future awaits us. A brilliant future, which nobody's ever seen before.
帰ろっか刹那
So,
私たちの家に
let's go back, Setsuna, to our home. Yeah, let's go home, Renee. But if she one day regains her memories, then I'll tell her everything. All about the fantastic ways that we had together. After this whole long time and 2 complete more run-throughs, we finally finished Renee's route. Which led to winter, which led to midsummer, and this is the end of it. This is the true and canon ending. Anime set told a different ending, but I did I see the ending by making some different choices. Do you ever review the music or you have a copyright? Yes, it would, and I couldn't dispute it because I don't want subscribers to do that yet. I don't make money off them anyway, so it's a matter of, if I have to copyright or not at this point. I'm writing this on my own. I'm just saying. See this game I found? Here you go. I have all these CDs too. This game is on Steam if I haven't already said that. Hour minutes ago was I started. I haven't been reviewing Mario's videos as of late, I'm a bit busy. You can find this music online. Just search the Island VN ending theme. You'll find it. So I'm talking over it because I know I've wound it myself. Other people I've seen play this game either did one route or didn't cover this part of the game, so it's not really well known. Then again, I wasn't looking all that hard. I just jumped around in their playlist or skipped around in their stream, which I would stream. I don't want to stream this game because I'm almost already done with it and I'm LPing it now. I'll stream other games eventually, but that you have to wait till May unless something happens that makes me stream again. Like getting 250 subscribers, which is my next next personal milestone. We're not done. Who told you we were done? I never said we were done. It says Ray had everything they used for, and it's happily ever after. The end. I died past I finished writing the closing words of my story. Reading back over what I wrote, I thought I realized, maybe I don't have a talent for this after all. My grammar was a bit shaky at points, and what's up with that ending? Every visual novel I play has that type of problem. The grammar is a bit shaky at points, even my own, and ending, I left mine open-ended for the fact that I can expand upon it at will, which is what you should do if you're making a game, or writing a script for a show. If you have the show and debut your show, if people hate it, you guys can't. If people like it, it stays. If they love it, you'll get more seasons. You want to leave it open-ended so people want more. And then you'll make more. If the company tells you this is your last season, then you close it, cover everything you need to cover, and you close it at the end of that episode and don't end it because we can't have more. Because it's done. There are some anime that do that, and if you pay attention, you would know what anime those were. School Days was one, but it didn't have one season with the death at the end. Anyway, it's embarrassing to look at. Actually makes me cringe. May I make the ending more bittersweet, a little more mature feel.
あら、私は好きよ。甘い結末。
Why? Personally, I prefer happy endings. Whoa! Turn around and turns towards the voice.
ここにいたんだ、刹那。
This way, Setsuna. Renee.
出かけるなら出かけるって言いなさいよ。あちこち探しちゃったじゃない。
Which area are you going out? I searched all over the place for you. But I left the note on the table.
あのね、俺はもうダメだなんて書き置き残されて心配するなっての。
How can I not where his finding note says I'm going to end it? Yeah, sorry about that. I just couldn't think of a good way to end my story, so I wanted to change the pace. Some time has passed since the summer. September is about to come to a close. This once Ocean Island has started cooling for the fall, although the summer is almost as much as before, so it still feels like midsummer. Also, when it's fall, is fall actually going to arrive? So I'm sure Renee's starting to get used to going out. She can even come all the way to the harbor by herself now. I don't folk all gave for strangers at first, but now they all greet her with a friendly smile. Seems like they were pretty worried about Renee despite everything. What about the Slender is? Now that we've got no more people, it's become a lot more fun to go out. Renee takes walks all over the island as part of her daily routine. Whenever she gets hot, she pulls the zipper of a hoodie down to her chest, leaving me at a loss of words to rest my gaze. I never imagined her to be wearing nothing but lingerie underneath. At this rate, it should be long until she's able to wear short sleeves. Maybe we'll even see her in a swimsuit next summer. I can't wait. I don't know what's gotten in the car, but she suddenly said she was going to apply for the National Center test. Apparently, she visits the college open campus when the major sent her to the mainland for an errand. That kind of kindled the spark in her. Every day after school, she barges in my room with an armful of textbooks. What am I going to do with her? I can only teach her the very basics, so usually she just sits at my desk by herself doing me studying in silence. It was awkward to sit and watch, so I tried my hand at solving some of the problems myself a couple times, but it's no use. I don't get it at all. Must be calculus level stuff. It's a little sad how this she just seems to be growing larger every day. Joke aside, she knows her stuff. All that means now is that she has to choose which colleges to apply for. The awkward is... I found a pretty good vibe to those things, so I decided to leave her to look after Karen. Don't cut text and then bring it back, and then expand on it. Don't do that. It's not an error. People do that deliberately, but... Sarah and Maria have started living together. Maria has been gathering tons of nations as devoutly religious regard her return from the dead as a grand-defying miracle. Well, not in business, I suppose. Her sends nations to a medical research study on the mainland, so I don't mind turning a blind eye. Sarah probably has mixed feelings about her mom's sudden return, but they're getting on pretty well for now. When I was to check on them recently, they were happily raking leaves on the strong grounds together and preparing a good corn on the cob. I smiled to go back to how Sarah almost tripping into the fire in her excitement. I saw zero scolding from Maria. Says Maria can actually be a mother sometimes. Sure, she's planning to go back to the mainland when things are settled, though. And by that she means whenever Sarah has grown up and started a family of her own. She must have had patience with a saint. At any rate, the island just slowly but surely started to change. Mayor Kusu, who now occasionally comes over for drinks with Kuan, has changed policies, deciding to reopen the offshore pepper to promote the development of the island. It's not uncommon anymore to see people from the mainland in the harbor. Carl's older brother Subaru came back to the island for some vacation. It seems like he talks and sensitive to the mayor. He told me it was thanks to everything I've done for Karin, but I'm not some kind of babysitter, am I? Also, he's always been a disagreeable guy and probably always will be. As for me,
やっと完成したんだ。おめでとう、刹那。
receive fine finished it. Congratulations, Setsuna. Well, this is just the first draft. There's still lots of details I'm not satisfied with, so it's really not something I can show to people just yet.
あらあら、一発の作家気取りね。
Good grief, you're also sounding like a real writer. Shut up. On a whim, I've taken it upon myself to write a continuation of that unfinished novel we found in the old hut on the shore. I feel kind of sorry for it being left unfinished. But it appears that I don't have any literary talent in the order of my manuscript. I realize that the plot is all over the place. I can't but feel that it's mediocre at best.
いいんじゃない？やっぱり物語の終わりはハッピーエンドじゃなきゃね。
Isn't it fine that this way? Stories are so much better than happy ending. Mary Jane runs her finger over the final sentence. Just then Renee found everything they'd been searching for and lived happily ever after. Well, if you say so. Unconsciously hurt my gaze. Yeah, I still haven't gotten used to this happiness. I've been feeling somewhat antsy for a while now. Here, for you. I wrote it as a gift for you. Oh. Renee accepts the notebook with a sparkle in her eyes.
ありがとう刹那
Thank you, Setsuna. She gives me a radiant smile. I have to say that it's not my best work, though.
ううん私が読みたかったのはちょうどこんなお話よ
No, exactly the kind of story I wanted to read. It's an action-adventure story in which a boy from the future saves a lonely girl. Thinking back, it almost seems just the cockpit of the heart and the power to refer to the future. Maybe he was trying to write his own conclusions to that legend.
ねえエピローグはないの
Say, isn't it epilogue? No, it's meant to end there. I wrote everything I wanted to write.
もうちょっとあるでしょほら何かこう
Let's see more. I mean, something like the hero and the heroine out together. What more could there be?
結婚とか
Maybe a wedding? Oh. I get up at the sky. Summer sun gently washes over us. It'll still be a while until fall arrives. It still feels like midsummer. It's not a bad idea. Let's have a wedding.
そうしましょうそれがいいわ
Yes, that's all I want. The story may have come to a close, but life still will go on. We're still in the middle of our long journey. Engagements have to be worth about 3 times your month's salary, right? I'll stay up for another 2 months then.
いらないわよそんなの結婚指輪だけでいい
I don't need one. This wedding ring is
だ
enough.
から今すぐがいい
So, I'll run right now. We have plenty of time. That's exactly why we shouldn't be standing still. Okay, Renee. Right now, we're facing the future.
始めよっか私たちのエピローグを
Alright, let's read the epilogue to our story, which nobody has ever seen.
これからいろいろ忙しくなってくるわね式はサラちゃんにお願いするとして披露宴ってうちでいいのかしら
Time is time. Next time, more time. And the end of the story, hopefully.